Working Class Beer Reviews is looking at Samuel Adams Summer Ale. It's summertime. I bought this the weekend before last. Had one left over. I was saving it just for this purpose. And it's in a bottle. How long has it been since I've reviewed something out of a bottle? I mean, it's not that I haven't done it, but I don't do it very often. Everything's in cans anymore. Most of the entry-level working class stuff is. I've got a wheat beer glass that I got from a thrift store for like 10 cents. This is a wheat beer, wheat ale, summer ale, citrus wheat ale from Samuel Adams. So before, you know, I think I did this before. Poured a little bit in here. There's a thing where you pour a wheat beer and you can just slowly, this obviously will hold more than 12 ounces, but most wheat beers are unfiltered. So you can pour it like that. I've seen it go wrong, and I've actually had it to where the bottle didn't want to come out because the bottle, this is a skinny, long neck bottle. So this went pretty easy. A lot of foam. Look at all that foam coming out of there. So I'm gonna let that bottle sit just for a little bit. I bet I can swish and pour. So while that's setting up, let's get that label in here. I don't want to put the beer in front of me, but I do want you to see both. This is from the Samuel Adams website. Style is wheat ale. ABV is 5.3. So if you've ever had Blue Moon or Shock Top, they're both wheat ales, and they're 5.3 as well. So I feel like this is a direct competitor to that. 8 IBUs, very light IBUs. Boulevard makes a wheat ale, and it's like 5.4. No, I take that back. Actually, no, it's actually 4.8. It's actually on the lighter side, but it's low in IBUs as well, like 12 or less. So most wheat ales are not going to be hoppy. If they're anywhere above 15 or 20, then they're going to advertise it as a hoppy wheat ale. There are some out there. The 80 acre wheat or whatever it is from Boulevard they used to make, I haven't seen that in forever. It's a hoppy wheat ale. So 8 IBUs is really low, so this is not very bitter at all. Hops is Hallertau, Mittelfrueh, Noble hops. And I'm guessing wheat of some sort, unless one of those is a type of wheat and not barley. No, I'm sorry, that was hops, my bad. I'm so dumb. Yeah, Hallertau, Mittelfrueh, Noble hops. Yeast is Samuel Adams ale yeast, so like their house yeast that they use for probably a lot of stuff, their baseline yeast. Here we go. Malts is Samuel Adams 2-row pale malt blend. Okay, well there's got to be wheat in there, or else it wouldn't be a wheat ale. The 2-row pale malt blend, that's like their baseline. That must be mixed in with the wheat. It has to. Color golden and hazy, which it looks like it's going to be. Special touches, West African grains of paradise. I had to look that up. It's a type of spice. It's similar to black pepper and alligator pepper, and somewhat related to like allspice. So it's kind, I don't know, it's just kind of got a bit of a spice note that they add to it. And this is not the only beer that Samuel Adams makes that they use the grains of paradise in. So it's something that they kind of have toyed with and used and apparently found success with. And it says lemon peel, lime peel, and orange peel. So like all 3 peels. It's like a 5 Alive of if anybody knows what that is, tell me in the comments. 5 Alive. I love 5 Alive. When's the last time you had a 5 Alive? Yeah, so it's got all 3 citrus peels. Availability is seasonal, March through August. It's on draft, bottle, 6-pack, 12-pack, 12-pack VP, which I'm not sure what that is. Maybe a can of some sort. 24-pack cans, 12-pack, 12-pack VP, and 24-pack VP. Maybe the VP is a bottle. I don't know. So yeah, so that's what it gives you on the website. So I mean, they give a pretty good breakdown. It gives you all the ingredients and stuff. So what do we see? It's a hazy, bubbly beer. The head did not stick around. Let me see if there's a date on the bottle. Independent Craft Brewers Association. Drink responsibly. Wheat ale brewed with lime, orange, and lemon peels, grains of paradise, and lemon puree added. It says that on the bottle. So they take some of the pulp of the lemon and add it to it. So this is definitely going to have some citrus flavor. 2023 Boston Beer Company, Samuel Adams. SamuelAdams.com. Boston, Massachusetts, Cincinnati, Ohio, Milton, I'm guessing Delaware, and Brennicksville, Pennsylvania. It was notched in September, so it's brewed from, what did it say? Yeah, March to August, and they brewed this back in September, so we're in August. It's almost a year old since it was brewed. But they did that. Apparently, you know, I mean, ales, I don't know, maybe they last longer. Bottles, they come, yeah, I just bought the 6-pack of this. So we looked at the appearance, not much to speak of to come out of it. What's the swish and pour? Sometimes you can do that with these unfiltered wheats. But yeah, plenty of carbonation looks like in there. Let's get a smell. Yeah, definitely some citrus. Very faint on the malt. Obviously with 8 IBUs, you're not going to pick up hop character. You hear that owl? It's talking to us. They do that around here. We got like 2 or 3 of them that live around here, and they talk to each other, and you'll see them fly around. It's a good thing I don't have any little kittens. They'd probably sweep up and eat them. But yeah, it's nice to have good amount of wildlife around here. We got a lot of squirrels, owls. I saw a bald eagle in my neighborhood one time, and the occasional hawk. Lots of pigeons, squirrels. It's really talking, ain't it? Raccoons, possums. There's a park a couple blocks down. I've seen foxes over there. So, you know, in our town, see a good amount of wildlife inside city limits. Man, it's really going to town. All right, let's get on with the review. I could sit here for probably 30 minutes listening to this thing hoot. So yeah, pretty faint on the nose, except for the citrus. Knowing that it has citrus or lemon puree in it tells me it's going to be okay. It's almost distracting, borderline, huh? It's good to get a sip. Yeah, very quintessential lemon and like wheat ale type, that fluffy mouthfeel that wheat beers have. It's like, it's not like watery or wet, it's kind of cloudy and not like puffy, not cloudy like cloudy as in murky, but cloudy. It's like kind of got a puffy mouthfeel to it. Yeah, I like these. I mean, this is like, if you've had Blue Moon or if you've had Shock Top, which Shock Top isn't near as prominent as it used to be. Man, there was a time where Shock Top was all over the place, and it had, you could get like a lemon Shock Top, and kind of like the Line and Kugel Summer Shandy, which it's, the shandy's like lemonade mixed with beer, or you know, like a limeade or whatever, orange juice mixed with beer. So this is not a shandy, even though it does say it has pulp in it, but it isn't like an Arnold Palmer of beers. It just has the essence kind of brewed into it, and I guess that's to kind of add character, because wheat beers on their own, I bet if they didn't add like because sometimes they'll be served with like a lime, or not, I mean a lemon or an orange wedge. Lime is or a Corona, but a lemon or an orange wedge, and some people will squeeze it in there and put it in there. It's because they're not, it's not that they're not good, but they're so light and subdued in their flavor. It adds some extra character, and I think it complements the character of the wheat beer. Because I think without it, the flavor would be so faint, since it's not all barley. There's no corn. and you know, the wheat is just, it adds texture for sure, and I'm sure it adds calories. I don't think it even listed on the website. Let me look. Yeah, it doesn't say. I'm sure if you were to email them, they could give you the nutritional value on calories and carbs, but something tells me that it's probably higher in calories and carbs, you know. But it's good. It's for summertime. It's kind of like easy drinking, thirst quenching. I don't think it has any electrolytes or anything in it, but maybe it's like the Gatorade of beers. It's just very satisfying this time of year. It's actually cooler today than it was earlier, like over the weekend. You know, it's just been in the 90s for quite a while, which I personally don't have a problem with, but you know, it's nice to have a break. I think for the rest of the week it's supposed to be in the 80s, so I have no problem with that. First time I ever, this is not my first time. First time I ever tried this was probably circa 2004. And I may have said this story a long time ago, but I bought a make your own 6-pack. So I was introduced to several different beers in one visit. I went fishing, and I went to, in Clinton is about 45 minutes southwest of here, and it borders on, it's on Truman Lake, which Truman Lake is the Osage River above the Truman Dam. Below the Truman Dam, the Osage River creates Lake of the Ozarks. A lot of you guys may have at least heard of Lake of the Ozarks. Above Truman Dam, though, is Truman Lake. That's just where the Osage River just kind of gets backed up. And Clinton is on, I mean, it's not like right on it, but it's like pretty well on Truman Lake. So it's kind of like a small lake town. And it's a nice little town. Probably about 12,000 people and everything. But they used to have a craft beer store. I feel like I'm getting way off topic here. They had a craft beer store there at one time. They've opened up one recently, but we're talking literally 20 years ago. I used to go fishing down these strip mines, where these old coal mines where they used to just scoop the earth out. And they all got filled up with water, and they stocked them with fish. And I used to get permission to go to these places. And I was going fishing, and I bought a make your own 6-pack, and Summer Ale was one of them. And I just remember loving it. And this is like the old Samuel Adams bottle label, where it had like the Patriot, you know, Sam Adams or the whatever, the Brewer Patriot with the Stein holding it up. I want to say Pawtucket Pat, but that's a Family Guy. So no, it had the Brewer Patriot, whatever, of Samuel Adams. You remember those old labels? This was popular, and also during that time was the Cherry Wheat was really popular. That's another wheat ale that they make, and I haven't seen that in ages. And I used to really like that, even though I'm not really into sweet stuff. I bought that. I bought like a Sierra Nevada Porter, maybe a Liberty Porter, or maybe just Liberty Ale, and a few other things I can't even recall. 20 years ago is a long time. But I do remember the trip pretty fondly. I was in an old, I had this newer Jeep, but I was in an old Jeep. I had a CJ5, a 76 CJ5, and I used to drive it around his old 304 V8 with the 3-speed, and I had a 3-inch lift on it with 33-inch tires. Going down the highway in third gear, you could barely make it to 65 miles an hour. The engine's all like, nah, like you're winding out, you know. But I remember driving it down, going fishing. And I picked up a 6-pack and took it with me to where I was fishing, and just tried all these different beers. Obviously, I didn't pour them in a glass. I just tried them to try them. This is long before I even knew about beer reviews. But I do have fond memories of this beer. I don't buy it on a regular basis. Samuel Adams isn't as prominent as it used to be. You used to have like the Rebel Browser and different IPAs and stuff like that. You can usually get the Boston Lager and sampler packs and stuff like that. And they used to have all sorts of different varieties available, but I guess because they're just not as popular, you don't really see Samuel Adams anymore. New Belgium and Goose Island and stuff is kind of taking its place as far as craft beer in our area. But I'm almost finished with this thing, and I'm not done. I feel like this video is going to be 15 minutes long or more. So I better wrap this up. Thank you guys for listening to me just reminisce and wax philosophically about this beer, uh, I do like it. And like I said, maybe I'm biased because I have fond memories, but I like wheat beers. They're nice. I like Blue Moon. I like Shock Top, but this is great on its own. It's I feel like it sets itself apart in a way, and I think Sam Adams does a great job. And I wish they would promote it more in my area. Thank you guys for watching. If you've ever tried this beer, if you have any memories of this beer, if you don't like wheat beers, I know some of you guys do. One in particular doesn't care for them, at least. Um, Let me know in the comments, and let me know, if you still see it in your area, or what, how the presence of Sam Adams in your area. And I will see you guys later.